Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And the new company that has been formed after the US Cellular close is called Array. And they had their earnings call today. That TDS was a part of it. And I noticed something interesting on one of the slides. And so T-Mobile just closed the deal. That was supposed to give approval to AT&T and Verizon to get its spectrum deals approved, right? The T-Mobile deal needed to be approved for Verizon and AT&T to get theirs. If the T-Mobile deal wasn't approved, Verizon and AT&T would have never gotten any spectrum, right? But here's something interesting in the timing box here at the bottom. AT&T's is still expected to close in the second half of 25. Verizon's regulatory approval is not expected until close, until Q3 of 2026. That's a whole nother year. We're currently in the third quarter of 2025. So that's a whole nother year before Verizon has access to any of its US Cellular spectrum that they purchased for $1 billion. That's very, very interesting. I'm wondering what the holdup is to extend this out for Verizon a whole nother year. This is something that I don't understand. I've asked a few people, and they also have no explanation for it. This is very, very interesting because now this gives T-Mobile more time to integrate, put more spectrum on air, and really compete for the Verizon customer in that footprint. Now, AT&T is going to very quickly put its assets to use. Once they close this in the second half, they're going to get DoD and they're going to get more 700. They're going to put that to use immediately. AT&T is just waiting on a waiver to own more than 40 megahertz of DoD. Once they get that, which is highly expected very soon, they're good to go. They're going to put this on air very quickly. Verizon has to wait a whole nother year. That is, some have even thought that this might be a typo. I mean, that's crazy to think. And maybe it has to do with the Frontier deal and them still waiting to fully close that. I don't know what it could be. But for now, Verizon getting the spectrum assets that they purchased for $1 billion from US Cellular, not expected to close until third quarter of 2026. That has to sting a little, right? If that ends up coming true, that's got to sting a little. They're going to have to wait a whole year before they can gain access to the extra spectrum assets inside of that footprint. Very interesting development. Hopefully it is a typo. We'll see. But for now, I just wanted to let you guys know. And this has been looked over several times before this goes public, right? At these earnings calls. So I don't know if that's a typo, right? There's several people that look at this before this is presented to shareholders and investors. So very interesting development. Let me know your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.